So what does studying look like for you?
Until class 12 or even until my bachelor's degree, I think it was more of like passing for exams. Yeah, I think that's what I did. So I did not I did not focus on so much of learning how things work and got this curiosity of like little things, how they are working, things like that. It was just about what was there in the syllabus and studying that. And then if you already know, like pouring that out in the exams. But my idea of learning really changed after I got myself into the master's degree, where we were talking about satellites and then what are the parts of satellites and where they operate, but we were in the same time also working on that system. So that really made the classroom study be a background of what I was doing with my work, and also the work was helping me understand what I was studying in the class. So it really changed even from my master's to my PhD. So I enjoyed that a lot, I think. I don't know how now students are doing it, but I think if they can see where what they're learning goes into where, like if there is a mathematical formula, if they can know, okay, I'm going to use this mathematical formula in this kind of situation, I think it makes it much more enjoyable to study, I think.
Yeah, I agree very much. Even for me, it was very similar. I studied a lot for passing the exams and getting a scholarship or something like that. That was the end goal.
Yes.
However, when we were working on the space satellites, we could actually see where our work was, the learning was going and the lessons, and where you can also get wrong if you, like, you can see your pass and fail in reality.
Yes, I think you can actually measure that.
Yeah, and it was a really good feedback, and I'm a very big proponent of hands-on learning because it really consolidates any kind of lesson that we're trying to learn. So yeah, that was very interesting for you to highlight that. When it comes to appreciating the things in your life, since you have a very colorful life at the moment, and you know, so many things happening with your career, with your learning, personal development, professional development. So what are the 3 things, you can name 3 things that you are grateful for? I mean, there can be more, but you can name only 3. The rule that we have here for this show.
Okay. The first grateful thing that comes to my mind for being grateful, I think nothing can beat that, is the fact that I'm a Bhutanese. Because a lot of opportunities opened to me because I was a Bhutanese. Because Bhutan is a developing country, so there are a lot of countries that want to help people from developing countries. So even the scholarship that I got to study my master's was from the UNUSA and Japan funding, and that was because I was a Bhutanese. I think if I was any other nationality like Indian, or I would not have got it because they are quite developed in space. So I think being a Bhutanese comes first to be grateful for. Second one, I don't know. Okay, maybe I'm grateful for having good health. Yes. So I think that is very important, because if you want to learn, if you want to do something, I think you need to be in a physically good condition. Yes. Third thing I'm grateful for is having good friends and family. I think that that is very important, because at times when I was studying, like there were a lot of periods of depressing moments, I think. At times you are even questioning whether you're doing something right or wrong, whether you really want to do this because you're struggling so much and like to find a novelty like in your research. So there are a lot of times like that, but always calling back home to, calling with my family, my friends. They always encouraged me, and the belief that they had in me, I think that really helped me move forward. Also helped me like distract myself from the small world that I was creating inside my head. So having good friends, few friends, but very good friends, and a supportive family, I think that is also very important. So I'm also grateful for that.
Yeah. So 3 things you're grateful for: being Bhutanese, having good health, and friends and family.
Yes.
Amazing. Now, one thing that you like and one thing that you dislike about your current job. We might get into trouble for this, but this is for the show.
Okay.
So,
I think one thing that I like is our team is very vibrant. I mean, young, enthusiastic, I think. Yeah, right now they are like, they seem enthusiastic. So our team is quite young and vibrant. So I like that fact that even our officiating chief is young. So I think we somehow sync together.
Yeah.
What I don't like, I don't know if I'll get in trouble, but yeah, what I don't like is because we are technical people, I think we also have to do a lot of administrative work. So I feel like the actual technical work that we do is almost less than half of what we do with the administrative work.
So how much percentage would you say we're working in technical stuff and non-technical?
Maybe non-technical goes 60 to 70%, I think. Yes, and technical at the moment, I would say. But probably in future, after we have passed through all of these procedures, then we'll be more technically focused. But right now, yes, it's a lot of because it's probably in the planning phase, and a lot of things have to be settled.
Because in our office, we don't really have a dedicated person for non-technical stuff.
Yes.
So we kind of have to wear different hats all the time. Sometimes you're in the procurement section, sometimes you're in the accounts and trying to figure out the budget utilization and things like that. Then sometimes you're drafting like series of note sheets and invitation letters.
True. Yeah, sending out emails, contacting a person and saying like if you're available or not. Yeah, so a lot of things like that.
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. Good thing in a way that you know all of your department people, because otherwise you are so focused on within your division that you probably don't get to see them. So maybe being sociable with them is one good thing. Bad thing because we are wasting so much of our time that we could focus on building something that we are doing technical things. But I'm not saying it's wasting time, but it's more of like optimizing time probably.
Yeah. So instead of doing more of the non-technical stuff, you would prefer to do more of the technical stuff.
Yes.
And maybe by you seeing this right now might trigger the change and get the, a ball.
Or I might get sued for it.
I don't think so.
And like, okay, you're complaining that you have to.
It's not something that, I don't know, it's not a very controversial issue. And even if you are talking about something controversial, I guess you have the right to have your opinion, right? So it's about whether you like it or not. And you can share your own opinion about how to make it different. It doesn't mean like you're going to enforce this on anyone. Yeah, right. So I guess we're quite safe on that. So if you had the power and all the resources to change one thing around you, at your workplace or in your personal life or in this country or the whole world in general, what would it be?
I think it would be to give everyone equal opportunity, regardless of gender, regardless of race, regardless of having abilities or disabilities. Because we see a lot of we see less representation of women because of gender. We see people disabled being not able to do things that other can do, and so there are a lot of these things that are there. So I think if they are given opportunities, probably I think it would be a better place. I think at homes, at schools, in the country level, or even in the world as whole. I think.
Yes. So basically, everybody should get equal opportunities, not just in terms of the perks and the benefits, but the opportunity to contribute, right?
To contribute.
To contribute, to work, and to develop the country or develop the world at large. And so that's a very meaningful... I mean, you thought about it in a very few seconds, but it was very meaningful, and I really appreciate that. Now, if you can leave us with one statement of your own, what would it be? It shouldn't be
copyrighted. Yeah, I don't know if it is copyrighted, but I always, living with my experience, I think I always go with this one line whenever people ask me, is that be open to opportunities. Is it copyrighted?
I haven't heard anyone say it before. I mean, I heard versions of it, but never heard it as be open to opportunities.
Yes. I mean, never say no to anything, I think, or don't get stuck in one point, because as I told you, like my ambition kept on changing, but it is not because I wanted it to change, but because of the circumstances that I was in. So I really feel like if you are not stuck on one point, like doing one thing and just wanting to do that thing, and you are looking at other ways that you can go through that, I think it really helps. So
be more accepting of
be more accepting, and don't think that is the end, and then look for other opportunities, like whatever comes your way, go towards it, like if it means your career development, your personal development, or whatever that is.
Very profound. Very simple, but very profound at the same time. And I can really resonate with that, because you can never certainly say what your life is going to be, right? So you might think that, by 30 I will do this or that, and I would want to become this person, but in the end you turn out to be something completely different and unexpected. So that can only happen if you allow yourself to say yes to new opportunities, to things that never existed when you were dreaming, and that really applies to both of us as well, because space is a new opportunity in Bhutan, and had we been fixated on becoming a doctor or something else, we would have totally missed this opportunity. So cheers to saying yes to being in space, and we took our opportunities, and that's why we're here today, and very grateful for that. Now we have just one last thing left, which is, again, who would you like to recommend on this show next?
If I look into my bachelor's, I had a teacher that I really liked. I'm still in touch with her. I think I want her to be celebrated. Her name is Dishin Lamodorji, and she's a lecturer in CST.
CST, yes, ma'am, Dishin.
Yes.
Do you think she'll come on the show?
I'm worried.
So with this, we come to the end of our show, which seemed more like an open conversation and a catch-up conversation with a dear friend. So thank you for being on this show, Pooja, and we hope and pray for more success and achievements in your future as well. And going forward, I hope you achieve all the dreams and aspirations that you have, that you may not have imagined yet, and
that is yet to be manifested.
Yet to be manifested. So I hope you manifest and live all your dreams in this lifetime. So thank you very much for coming on the show.